Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to FunPop. Let's see, this is episode 70. Thank you all for being here, and we do have quite a bit to catch up on because we haven't had a regular FunPop in a while. We've had busy schedules and different things going on, and games came out the night of FunPop. Like 2 weeks
It was
ago with
Suicide
Suicide
Squad,
Squad
yeah.
and all this other stuff. But I do want to thank you all for being here and being patient with us. But there's also some a little bit of news with Fun Pop though, because Jasper here is leaving us here in a couple weeks because he got a big fancy job, and he's gonna be not available for a long while. So and with just the amount of like 3-Bit's usually busy because of his work, and then Psycho's always working late and stuff like that. It's just real hard. And also like sometimes I'm busy and can't do it. So it's just been real hard to be consistent with this, and it's gonna be even harder to be once
Yeah.
Jasper's gone. So I'm not gonna like say like Fun Pop is going away, but what we'll probably end up doing, I think, is doing
Not a weekly,
yeah,
maybe.
doing
Once a
like
month or something.
just doing a fun pop when like we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about and like the energy's there, and like we could like okay, like hey, let's catch up on all this stuff and kind of bringing it up every once in a while. Like I don't want to put like a regular schedule on it because I don't exactly know how that is going to work out, right? But
Yeah,
when
especially
we
Marvel.
can do it and stuff, we're kind of just going to roll with it and kind of do one here and there. But yeah, but we will probably have a couple more regular episodes until Jasper is gone. So, and we'll have a big send off with Jasper. Psycho's busy tonight, so he couldn't be here. He worked late, but we do have 3-Bit and Jasper. So, what's up, 3-Bit? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I got a lot of work this week, so I'm just trying to get through this week. That's been my goal, to make it to Friday. Working on the different brands right now, mostly Auto Trader, Aflac, all the big brands, and yeah, just trying to get to Friday. I did buy Saints Row. Someone put it in the chat. I think that it was only like $6. So like, okay, sure.
Yeah, there's some crazy sales, dude.
So,
Some games like for $2 in there right
Mhm.
now.
yeah.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, like collector's edition or whatever, is like $3.99. That has like all the stuff in
Isn't it
it.
still on Game Pass?
I don't know, but that's a pretty good game. And like, and then you have like Homefront Revolution, is $2 for like
Yeah,
the
that's
one that
always
has
like on sale for like
it
$2.
was crazy to some of these games. I saw Iron Harvest there as well. I almost got that one. That was $12. That's a RTS, and that has all the extra content too. But like, yeah, there's some crazy cheap deals right now in the
Yeah, Kate, I
storefront.
heard it was really bad, but like it was like $6, you know? It's like if I were to buy it at full price, then I would be a little bit more, which I think Mav did
Yeah,
because he's
I
staring
did.
at me
if
like
I
that.
would have just been patient, I could have got it for $6, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, that's like most games.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah, so I just,
it's crazy to see, that like in the digital age, like the bargain bin kind of still exists. you know, they didn't know how that was ever going to translate. But like these games ain't selling, so they just have these crazy random sales sometimes, like 95% off. It's like, oh heck yeah, I'm gonna buy some
heck yeah.
bunch of shitty games. Yeah, let's go.
I seen someone like said in one of my Twitter thing. There is just like, return it. I'll pay for for you to delete that game for $6.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I kind of wanted to play it around the time it released, so I haven't touched it yet. But it was like
Yeah.
$6. So
The shocking thing is Gollum is on sale for 27 something. I was like, that's still too much.
yeah,
Yobi says Saints Row story was dog shit. Gameplay was fucking amazing. Yeah, the game is fun
Oh,
to
really?
play. Yeah, it is fun to play, bro.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, heard some decent ish things about it, so why not? But other than that, yeah, just trying to make it to the end of the week. A lot of work this week, so I'm excited to talk about all the Marvel-y things this week. Here's some
Yeah.
like Jasper watched the Marvels. Excited to hear his thoughts on that. Deadpool, Wolverine, so some cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. We got the Deadpool Wolverine trailer, which is, we got some interesting things to talk about with that because, we were questioning how Disney would do with it. And it seems like you know, there's no handcuffs on this one. Like they're letting them do whatever the fuck they want. So, but yeah, Jasper, how are you doing, bro?
Pretty good. Just been watching a lot of shows and movies and stuff, trying to catch up on all that, and playing Helldivers. That's about all I do right now. So
Yeah, it's a good game. It's good. So yeah, let's we we're gonna talk Halo, TV show because I think all of us have watched at least the second
Yeah,
episode, right?
I watched both. Yeah.
Okay, and then finally Jasper watched the Marvels, which we've talked about before on this show, but also Deadpool Wolverine. So, but let's get started with Halo, bro. Like Halo season 2. There was Halo season 1. I personally kind of enjoyed it. Now it pissed a lot of people off. Halo fans, a lot of Halo fans didn't really like it because they wanted it to be like the game more, like follow more of that storyline. And also, you had Master Chief showing his ass cheeks and without never wearing a
Master
helmet all the
Cheeks.
time, and then he's getting jiggy with it and stuff. So there's a lot of like, oh, this ain't my Master Chief. What's going on with this Master Chief, right? But then you had your positives in it too. Like anytime they had like combat, or they had like moments where they really focus on the Spartans and stuff, sometimes it shined a little bit and stuff like that. So they had a new showrunner for season 2, and they talked and kind of hyped it up that like they think that fans were going to be really excited for this season. Then the reviews kind of started dropping, and it seemed like people were being more positive on this one for sure, right? And yeah, I got to watch it, and let me tell you, like season 2, episode 1, like the first like 10 minutes of it or whatever, that shit was fucking fire, bro. Like that's like you had a lot of combat, you had elites, the Covenant, and all this stuff going on. You had planet something happening. I don't want to say exactly what because I don't want to spoil, but yeah, man, that I think that set the tone a little bit for like they're gonna bring some heat this season, guys. You know, overall, Jasper, what are your thoughts?
I'm overall it's better than the first season so far, but I'm still super mixed on it. Like I feel a lot of the John and Master Chief stuff is like 10 times better than it was last season. And all the Spartan stuff is better. However, it's still like every time it cuts away from that, I'm like, don't cut away from that. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And then you get Quan Ha and stuff, and then it's the new guy on Oni or whatever. He's in charge. Like I feel like he's only there just to delay the episode so they don't have to put in budget for action content.
Oh, like Ackerson? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's only like holding back Master Chief in the squad just so they don't have to do fight scenes. I'm like, just get rid of this fucking dude.
I feel like they're setting some kind of thing up with Halsey.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're doing, but it's still like
Yeah.
it just every time I see him, he's like the only reason he's here is just so they don't have to
Well,
put a budget in for
I don't want
combat.
to. I don't want to spoil anything, but like the end of episode 2, I was just saying I don't think we got to worry about that, right? So I get what you're saying. Like maybe there, but like I think it's also setting the tone for like more distrust between Chief and the people in charge, right?
Yeah.
To where he's like, I just got to get shit done myself, like, cause like this people are fucking. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But Jasper,
Yeah.
I mean not Jasper 3-bit. Overall, like first 2 episodes, where are you sitting at with Halo season 2 on Paramount Plus?
I'm liking it. I think it's like a hint of Hunt the Truth with the distrust between Oni. I was getting like a little bit of like hints to that with just Oni in general. The actor, I actually met him when I was on Vampire Diaries. So, you know,
Which actor?
he's super cool. The Oni guy.
Oh,
Um
Ackerson guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was on Vampire Diaries. He's super cool person. But yeah, I like the Hunt the Truth vibes. I like the horror vibes that I actually got a lot of like from Halo 1 ish. Like the flood wasn't there, but when the Covenant was kind of sort of coming out the smoke, and then the Marines later on, and without spoiling all of it, I was liking a lot of those elements in these episodes, like especially episode 1. That intro to episode 1 was like incredible, I thought. I can understand some people's complaints with like what Jasper is saying, um where every time they focus on something like the Spartans or something, they like go away from it.
Yeah.
I really do want them to have more moments there.
Yeah, just
Like they,
lean
um
into that shit because that's
yeah.
what everybody likes
like
and wants to
most of
see.
the Soren stuff and like the Quanah stuff, I'm like, I don't care. The second like they cut to that, I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, her again," sort of thing. Like I don't want to see like go back to the cool stuff. Like I do really like all the Spartans. That's something
Mhm.
I I like how they all have like the different personalities and like what it means to be a Spartan and things like that. Like I don't know, I always found that stuff super interesting and fascinating. Like they went through this whole program. They're all very close with each other. I always thought that was cool in the books, and I think it's cool here. I hope they show more of that. Um, Brett Bingham said that Xbox Era they watched it, and he said episode 4 was really cool. So yeah, looking forward to that. Overall, I was of the opinion with the first season, like I like that too, but I treated it very separate. Like I
Mhm.
talked about this with King on Iron Lords because King was like, I don't know, and I was just like, hey, I treat season 1 of the Halo show, I don't treat it as if it was canon. I kind of treat it
Well,
as
it's
like its
not.
own separate thing, which it isn't. But a lot of people do. They're like, where is this moment, or why is Chief doing this or that? Um, like, do I wish they took direct stuff from the story? Obviously, right? But just sort of treating it as its own thing. It gives them more liberty with the story and where they want to go with it, etc. My main complaint with season 1 was actually him taking off his helmet in unnecessary situations. Like if you're in battle, you shouldn't take off your helmet. Like if you're in the middle of battle shooting people, you take off your helmet to have an emotional moment, then obviously you shouldn't take off your helmet there. So that was like a big complaint from me that actually took me out of this story in the first season. This time he's taking it off in moments where it kind of makes sense. So,
Oh, and the new Cortana is fucking like, what the hell happened? Go back to the old one. I don't want the new Cortana.
yeah, that too.
They
I don't think
they
she's the
alluded.
real Cortana.
Yeah, they alluded to like, do you want me to change my face to look more like her or
No,
whatever? Like,
even when the Cortana we saw, like when what was it? Anderson or whatever the fuck his name is was talking to him,
mhm.
talking to her right at
Yeah,
the
I
end,
still
where
don't
she's
know if
like,
that's the real one.
according to my calculations, like there is no chance of survival or whatever. Like that's the real Cortana.
Right.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't.
That one looked different to
I
me. That
guess.
one looked like the other one still.
That's what I'm saying. Like go back to the old one from season 1.
Right. No, I think
Yeah.
I think that exists, but like I think they changed her for like some kind of reason because like she remembers Chief was having that conversation and like she was like, "Do you not like my nose or whatever? Do you want me to change it to be more like
Yeah, but
her
I
or
was like
whatever?" You know?
But that's because Chief was trying to like replicate the Cortana that he knew,
Cortana, and then
like so he could like have like a therapy session or whatever with Cortana, like because he misses or whatever.
Right. So, but what I'm wondering if like they're gonna get to that at some point, like and allude to it, and like even more, and like go back to the
that's
other
what I thought.
version.
I wasn't sure
Like,
if the because you've seen Cortana like twice the one where it's like the fake Cortana, and then later on what Jasper were talking about, who's supposed to be like the actual Cortana. I took it as like that still wasn't the real Cortana, but I don't know if that is the real Cortana. Then yeah, they what? Why? Just go
Yeah.
back to the past one. I
It'll
guess.
it'll be interesting to find out what they go like. Overall, I think like season 2 is definitely on a really good start. I like Quan Ha is interesting, but like I'm kind of with you guys. Like whenever whenever the Spartans are on the screen or Halsey, I'm enthralled. Right? I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, like this is what I want to see
Yeah.
because that's what I care about. I care about the Spartans and Halsey and that dynamic too. I find interesting. Like they did a great job with the Halsey storyline as far as like her character, but like also the Spartans and great like the pull the pellets out. Now you see more of their personalities and all that kind of stuff as well is awesome. So like I love all that shit. And when they cut to Quan Ha and they cut to like other storylines and stuff, it's like okay, I don't really care, right?
Great.
But
You just married.
I will say that like I am more intrigued about like where this whole Quan Ha storyline will eventually end up because there has to be a fucking reason for her to even be in the show. Like because they started off with her was just like at that planet where she was part of this group and
I
then
swear to God, if they make her like fucking Sarah Palmer or some shit like a Spartan 4 down the line, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
no, that's what I was like. I'm wondering if
Uh,
maybe she'll become like an ODST or something eventually, and then become like a new age Spartan down the line, and be like be one of the first ones to like do the new Spartan program or something
I
like or
honestly
whatever the
that
newer
whole
one is.
sub storyline, it really does remind me of Hunt the Truth. Like that's what I'm liking about it. Like the sort of corruption from the government and the Oni and them
Yeah.
having to like hide. Like I love that sort of espionage type stuff. So I am glad they were kind of going that route. But yeah, I hope she's not Sarah Palmer or whatever. And this is the start of the Spartan 4 program. I hope that's not the case, but I mean,
Oh,
it is.
where do you
I
want to
feel like
see
that's
her?
cool.
What is her purpose?
Dead.
Like, but they went.
Um,
Let's invent this character and spend so much time with her to just kill her off. Like, there has to be a reason for her, right? Like, she has some
Yeah.
kind of big importance with where they want to take the story.
It's because wasn't it like in season 1 she had like some connection to some like magical artifacts or bullshit or whatever? Because something like that.
I mean,
Well, this is a new character. Wait, which character are you talking about?
Quan Ha. In the first season.
Oh, I don't care about Quan Ha. I was.
That's
I
what we're
was
talking about.
Oh no, I was talking about the soldier that.
Oh,
they-
Perez.
Lieutenant Perez.
Perez, yeah.
Yeah,
That's who I was talking about.
No, fuck her. She took credit for something like wasn't her. Like, like, and then she gave a horrible excuse for it later.
She lied. So yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like fuck
She's
her.
under
She
threat.
like she sucks. I don't want anything to do with her. She
I thought
can.
she did that because
She should have died. She should
was
have
in
died in
trouble.
battle.
I think she lied to like because Oni probably got to her or whatever. It's like
that's what I thought.
no. She
Like,
said she didn't want. She said like spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. She said that she didn't want them to know that they let her live. So that's why
Oh,
she didn't
yeah,
tell
she
them
did say that.
anybody. Yeah, but she
I
took
forgot.
credit, got a medal and stuff, and then like threw Chief under the bus. Right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck her. You don't screw over
Yeah,
Chief.
yeah,
the
you're
man,
right.
also
the man that saved your fucking life, ho. You gonna do that? Come on.
Also,
Yeah.
fuck her family too, because like the first thing you hear out of her family is like, "What's your KDA and Spartan assault?" It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah, she has a stupid family that her family can fuck off too. Like her family needs to be in the end scene of Sicario. You know what I mean? Just like fucking Benicio del Toro show up and just off them all. Let's go. Fuck her. Fuck her family. You don't take.
I thought
credit
you guys
for
were
something
talking
that
about
was
her.
yours. No,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
you're right.
about Quan Ha. Like I want to know
Yeah.
why does she exist in this show? Like in season 1, there was really, I mean, she was like, wanted or whatever, right? And then like, she ends up. And there's really no point to her anything with her To be to
Well,
tell you the truth,
the
like
one interesting thing though that like kind of was a throwaway line was when they were talking about the planets that have already been glassed. They said that Madrigal was already glassed, and that was her home planet from the first season. So, good thing is her entire planet's dead. So now we just got to finish her off.
like what is her purpose though? Is what I want to know. Like, where does she end? It's like there has to be an arc.
A reason why she's there. Yeah.
Why they keep telling her story.
Maybe like Chief gets like basically Oni spins the campaign against the Chief that he's a traitor or something, and then maybe she's the one person that can reveal the truth.
No, that sucks.
You don't
I
think
don't
they'll go
like
that
that. Well, I
I'm
mean,
just
she
trying to
hasn't been
figure
with
out
him
how-
for so long now. She was been with the Soren guy, and then
But
now,
she's been with him, so she knows he would never. She's like, Chief would never do that. I know him.
yeah,
And then
she's probably
yeah.
gonna end up saving Soren or whatever from jail, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like, still,
She
that doesn't give us a reason to care about them, both either of them. Like, I'm saying, a bigger, grander scale part of the story. Like, where does it
yeah.
connect back to like
Right.
the epic thing going on between the Covenant and the UNSC?
Maybe her and
all this
Halsey
stuff?
will have a moment. Do
Yeah,
you think?
I don't know. That's
Maybe she finds Halsey.
something's
I
gonna
don't know.
happen. I don't fucking know, man.
I can't. I'm trying to figure out like how her story will intertwine. It's hard. I don't know. Um, unless they make her like a Spartan or something. I'm legitimately trying to find like a
Well, I mean,
plot
she's a good
point.
soldier. I mean, she can kick ass a little bit. So that's where I was going with, maybe like she would be a candidate in the future, right? Like,
I guess it could also be that like maybe since she's like closer to like the underground and the population and stuff like that, maybe she gets those like secrets where like she can help locate other artifacts that they've been kind of looking for.
yeah,
I
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
why was
find out.
she even on that planet? Like, she was just like a slave on that planet or
Well,
something.
I think she was in like saved kind of by Soren, right? Where he kind of had, I think he had her like indentured or whatever, like in servitude towards his family, more so to
Mm,
kind of hide her and protect her, right? But then when spoiler alerts all over the place, when he got arrested and taken away, all of a sudden that transferred over to the other people, and that's where they were hunting her down, right? And then she,
right.
runs away and kicks her asses and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So,
Okay.
now she's on the run, right?
So yeah, she's probably gonna be tied with his storyline somehow. I'm guessing.
Yeah, as eventually, but then he has to connect back with the chief storyline. I mean, at some point, right? Or a grander reason to exist, So, um, it's interesting because like whenever they cut to those, I'm like, fuck, okay, this is the boring
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
show,
Get back
right?
to the Spartans.
This is the boring part of the show. I want to see the Spartans. I want to see, uh, all the badassness, right? You guys are right though. The Spartans are awesome. Like every single one of them.
Yeah,
Chief,
I like him.
It's Pablo Schreiber, I think, right? Is his name? He's fucking. He is a great take on like like that character. I will
He's
give it
he's a
credit for
lot better this season too because he's not talking as much. He's
Yeah.
like kind of more reserved.
Mm-hmm. And then Kai is awesome, right? Vanek,
Yeah, she's
Riz.
one of my favorite characters.
They're really establishing like each one of those characters better to like make you really care about Silver Team more so this time around, which is cool.
Yeah, I like the
Um,
dialogue between the Spartans and I guess it was were they
Cobalt team.
ODSTs, Cobalt
It
team?
was another Spartan team. Yeah.
Oh, the other Spartan team. I like their interactions with
yeah,
each other. Like they were being kind of snotty towards each other, but Chief was still sort of being like, just be careful.
yeah,
For some reason, I really liked that interaction. Like I thought that was kind of, it reminded me of the books and stuff like
yeah.
that. Like they sort of have a respect for each other, but they're very competitive at the same time. It's like this weird sort of game that the Spartans.
The next episode, I think it comes out tonight at like 3, is going to be interesting because Cobalt team, they went to the place that Halo Reach the game starts off on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reach planet, right?
Yeah,
I forgot
that's where
about
the base
Yep.
is. But like they actually sent them to the relay station that Halo Reach campaign starts on.
Yeah. So that's sick.
And that's when
So-
they left it. I'm like, fuck no, man. I'm like, really? Like I gotta see this shit. Yeah, but then they
It comes
show
out tonight.
yeah, I think so. Like 3 or something like that. I'll watch it tomorrow. But yeah, overall, this is like way more exciting.
Oh wait,
This
it's Thursday, right? Yeah,
Thursday?
never mind. For some
Okay.
reason, I was thinking it was Tuesday, but it's Thursday, so it come out. Yeah.
Thursday night or Wednesday night?
Well, Wednesday
to Thursday morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, right on. So
So at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
tomorrow
Thursday.
night. In the middle of the
Tomorrow.
night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Got
But yeah, overall, I'm like super into this season so far, especially where we're going with this episode 2. Episode 1 started off fucking on fire as well. Like some of the sequences, action sequences, and then when you have the Spartans training, that stuff like that was really cool. And like they're
Love that.
developing individual small plot storylines with some of the Spartans as well, and like I kind of like where those are going. So yeah, I'm pumped, man. I can't wait. How many episodes is it? Like 8 or 10?
8, I think.
8.
Yeah.
I like the 10 episode season shows. Let's go, go full 10, 11, 12. I don't care. I
Yeah.
like awesomeness.
I remember when the first season came out, it was Paramount's most watched show, and they keep promoting it. Like
Yeah.
when I signed up for Paramount Plus again, it was like right on the front page was Master Chief. So I'm sure
You get a 30-day
Into
free
that.
trial with Game Pass right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But my Paramount's glitched, so I don't even have to pay for it. It's been glitched for like a year, and I haven't paid for it. And
Oh,
I still
really?
get to watch everything. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I just paid for it again. I should have tried to glitch it somehow.
So before we get into Deadpool and Wolverine, Jasper finally watched The Marvels, which is now on Disney Plus, right? I know Psycho did too, so I was curious more on his thoughts, but we'll have to get that another time. But overall, like, do you think that, like, do you think it was better than you expected, or like worse than you expected, or exactly as you expected?
I was hoping for a little better. It was honestly like pretty bad. Like not like it didn't do anything bad or wrong. It's just like it was so generic.
Right.
I don't know. It was super
From-
formulaic.
from-
Like it was almost like this is like some dude's script that he writes like 1,000 times. Like I've seen this plot line pretty much like 1,000 times. It's just like, oh, there's a person in trouble here. Let's go help him. It was just so like basic of a movie. It's just like, oh, okay.
Right.
What was your highlight? Would you say was your favorite thing about the movie?
The ending where they like had the final battle. It's like the only thing.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people's like the people like the choreography.
You're gonna say it like Pong said it the other day. Choreography? Were you gonna say?
Yeah,
it
I was about to say
choreography.
choreography.
Yeah, he fucked that word in our heads forever. I think choreography. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard Pong say no. It's screwing me up. So you like that? I guess.
I mean, like is a strong word. It was like the best part of the movie.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, are you glad you watched it?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's part of the MCU timeline, I guess, but like, I still could have done without.
Do you think it's a necessary MCU watch?
No. Even
What
with the
do you
ending
like?
cutscene, I don't think it is.
Okay.
The
It's
only like I would say, if you haven't seen this movie and you just want to know like shit that goes on, just watch the 2 ending cutscenes because that's literally the most important part, but it's still not too important. I think the Miss Marvel ending cutscene is probably more important. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that like it's kind of interesting interviewing Jasper about this movie because I watched it a couple times
I'm
I will
sorry.
say, I know. Um, Nick Fury's character, I felt like
Fucking pointless in that movie,
he was.
dude.
Yeah.
What did they do there? Like that was my least favorite
Samuel
part
L.
of the movie,
Jackson wanted a
actually.
paycheck, and this is like, oh, you got 5 minutes?
Yeah, it felt like they downgraded his character for funny bits, and
Yeah.
that's not Nick Fury. So that was my least favorite part of the movie, I would say, because I'm like, Nick Fury is supposed to be like, this
Yeah, it's like he's like trying to
really.
play this like they're trying to have him play this like Uncle Nick type character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to Miss Marvel or whatever, right? And it's like he is cool with them and stuff like that, but
Also,
like
like
I
they
miss
kind of
like
like
hardcore
fucked his
Nick Fury.
character because like usually Nick Fury's like the one that always knows what's going on and shit, and then like in this he was just like dumb. He's like, "What's going
Yeah,
on? What's happening? Tell me what's happening."
Yeah.
It's like
that's what I mean. Like he's supposed to be like the guy at the master board controller.
Yeah.
Like he knows what's going on. He's telling people what to do. He's like supposed to be that person that's like 5 steps ahead of you, which they kind of done in what they have done in the other movies. Like where like haha they think they have one up on Nick Fury, and they're like, actually I wanted you to be in this room at this exact moment. That is a part of Nick Fury's character, and I feel like they did not have that in this movie. He was very much a funny bit. But overall, I still enjoyed watching it. Like Miss Marvel.
also the
and stuff.
fucking one of the things that made no fucking sense is when they went to they first went to a planet to take out the atmosphere, then they went to a planet to take out the ocean. You could have just got all three if you went to the solar system first. You could have got the sun, you could have got the water, and you could have got the atmosphere and opened
they
like
didn't think
one
that far.
or two portals.
they didn't think that far, Jasper. You're like, oh, Jasper makes a good point.
And also, if the fucking planet that they took 99% is made of 99% water, you think all that water is just going to fit on the planet you're putting it on? No, there's going to be a fucking different amount of water per the size of that planet you're moving it to. So you're either going to flood shit or you're not going to have any fucking...
Maybe they're not gonna take all the water, just what they need. Come on, Jasper.
Get the one they just
Don't over
amount.
science Marvel comic book movies, man. This isn't real. They also opened up portals to different dimensions. Like, if only they would have done that differently. Like, even the concept of like doing a portal to take shit away is fucking crazy and unbelievable. Jasper's like, scientifically, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do it that way? Like in the real world, you wouldn't move a planet's worth of water over to another planet, like that. You would do it this way.
Well, if you were like the whole thing about this phase, like this phase is probably the hardest phase to write, just because you open your stuff up to multi dimensions, which means you open yourself up to time, and then you're like, okay, then you have to like fill in the plot holes of time, because if you can mess with time, then that means you could rewrite mistakes. That's it's a tricky thing to write and still not have plot holes and stuff like that. But overall, like I kind of treated the movie as just like a fun popcorn type movie. Turn your sort of brain off and just enjoy whatever MCU puts up on there.
Yeah.
And Miss Marvel, I thought, was the highlight for me, which I'm sure it's the highlight for everybody else here. It's probably Miss Marvel because just they gave her more to do. They gave her more.
She had the most character growth.
As well. Most character growth. Like her family was there. That helped.
Mm-hmm.
She had like the learning curve compared to Captain Marvel.
I did like how they kind of toned down Captain Marvel's like ego and attitude in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually liked her character too. I mean, I liked all three of them. Actually, like it seems like Captain Marvel's the more experienced one, and she's trying to show Miss Marvel like the deal. But I don't know. I always liked Miss Marvel's character from her show and stuff. Her family dynamic I always thought was pretty cool. So she was the highlight for me. But overall, I mean, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, fun popcorn movie for me too. Like I
Yeah, it's all right. It's bottom of the barrel for
The
MCU
villain
movies, but it's still
was
all right.
bad. I did not like the villain. Like after I finished the movie, I was like, was talking to my fiance. I was like, "What was the villain's name?
yeah.
Who's? I still don't remember the
She was
villain's
a,
name.
she was
What-
she was a
what's his
throwaway.
name?
Only purpose was
Yeah,
just for this movie. Like doesn't that matter whatsoever. You know. Um.
yeah.
Overall, like where do you put this on your like ranking of MCU movies? Is this your bottom one, Jasper?
No, it's it's down there. Like bottom kind of shifts around a lot, but it's definitely down there.
What's
Uh,
what's your least favorite ever?
as I was saying, it kind of shifts around a lot. It's either like Iron Man 3 or Dark World. Those are probably the two worst ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
mine is
like,
Thor: Dark World, probably. But actually, the newest Thor, I
Love
did
and
not
Thunder.
like.
Yeah.
But there was cool scenes, and that's the thing. Like that, the black and white planet was really cool. There's like cool scenes in there. I thought Zeus was funny. So it had some things. So I can't put that in the worst. Definitely Dark World. That was probably the worst for me.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll see where they go with those characters and stuff from the Marvels in the future, but I think overall it's a fine movie. I thought it was better than I expected it to be because I was just expecting it to be like whatever, but like I think it's because I was kind of not looking forward to Miss Marvel in the movie like too
Yeah.
much because I felt like they were gonna kind of like cheese it up a little bit, kind of like the show, but like she ended up being the best part of the movie for me, right? So and that way the movie was better than I thought. I did like you said, Jasper, like they kind of uh Captain Marvel seemed like more like chill and like kind of wiser or whatever, you know. Like I like that. The villain kind of sucked. Like some of the like Nick Fury stuff in there kind of was not necessary, you know. Like I would have liked it if it was a little bit even more serious, you know. Um,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this movie is super like filler. Like they just needed to get something out, and
yeah,
it's just like I
like
don't
there's
know.
the Flark and Cat scene, and like going crazy and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a huge funny moment and stuff like that, and I'm just like, whatever, you know. But overall, fine.
The
Now
ending, you thought it was just like whatever.
the ending, like choreography and stuff, I thought was okay. Like I for me, I was like, I thought the fight, she ended up being a weak ass villain.
Yeah, the fight
Yeah,
scene was like
like
a minute and a half, if that. It was like, oh,
yeah, I
okay,
was
we're
like,
gonna
okay,
fight
well,
it.
she was a fucking yeah. It was just like I thought she was a throwaway, you know. But the
I
more
wish.
interesting thing was what happened because of it, right? Like that's where I was like, oh, okay, this is going somewhere, you know. But then it was just the movie's over. I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
I
I guess it's not
really
going anywhere
wish.
now.
If I was the writer, um, like how they use their power and they switch is such a cool concept, but it was like inconsistent when it happened. Like I really wish they, I don't know, made that more of a thing. Like, cause then it sometimes it didn't switch and sometimes it did. I guess it really did depend, but I feel like you could really use it to your advantage as a writer or something. I don't know, to be like, okay, when I use my power, I switch then and here, and then they were sort of doing that in the battle, but it was like random when that happens. I don't know, because that did kind of throw me off at one point, but
Yeah.
it was still really cool. I thought it was a cool little side B plot thing, but yeah,
So we have like what one big Marvel movie coming out this year, right?
yeah. It's also one of the reasons
MCU
why FunPop might.
Yeah,
There's
MCU
not a
movie
lot of
because there's
yeah.
Madam Web just hit, and there's
Yeah.
Craven coming later. Um, Madam Web is getting shit on all over the place.
As it should.
You know, Morbius did too. Like, I don't really give a shit about those characters, to be honest with you. So I'll probably end up watching this at some point, be like, that's whatever, you know. Like, I don't think like every one of these movies has to be like, oh, that was fucking amazing. It would be nice, you know, but like sometimes it's just fun. Hey,
They're just
look for
made so
something to
Sony can.
watch, and this is at least something superhero, so I'll throw it on. That's what
Yeah.
Madam Web will probably end up being for me, but we'll see. It could suck ass too. Um, but we do have the one big MCU movie coming, and there's been a lot of questions. A lot of people looking forward to this. You had the writers' strike and it causing delays on this thing, and all this stuff. But we had Deadpool 3, and we had all the leak set footage. They announced that Hugh Jackman was going to reprise Wolverine in this movie, all this kind of stuff as well. And we finally got at the Super Bowl. Which shout out to the Super Bowl, not necessarily because of the game itself, but I think that was the most memeable Super Bowl ever. Like with just all the shit going on, like the memes going on during the Super Bowl, fucking had me dying, dude. From like the Usher stuff to Swiss Beats, Alicia Keys. You had Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, and like
See the SpongeBob stuff. Like I didn't even know
yes,
that was happening.
fucking
So
like
funny.
amazing, dude. It was just as entertaining as the game, if not more, was the memes. But during the Super Bowl, we had a shorter teaser drop for Deadpool and Wolverine, and then it said, "Hey, go to YouTube or whatever for the full teaser trailer." So I went immediately, watched it. It's like, fuck yes, bro. Because a question a lot of people had was, they said they were going all in on this, like they weren't holding back because it's Disney, and now and the questions were still be like, yeah, but how much? Like, are they really not holding back? Are they really gonna go all in on this, or are they really gonna, still let Deadpool be Deadpool, right? Well, we got our answers in I think like the first few seconds of the trailer. When Deadpool said, "Pegging's not new for me. It is for Disney, but it is for Disney." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, okay."
I was like, that's when that line came out. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we're in.
Yeah.
This is freaking the R-rated Deadpool that we were looking for.
This is definitely gonna be a Deadpool movie. Now it's also Wolverine, obviously with a little appearance at the end. Not a huge full look at it yet with what they're gonna do with that character. But interesting, we got some other kind of story like idea and elements from this, right? As well. And the TVA is involved. So the
it was smart
TVA
to
from
do that.
Loki. And it seems like they're trying to recruit Deadpool to like maybe erase the MCU timeline or something like that.
Or
Like,
hunt down variants or something like that.
yeah. Because he's like, I'm Marvel Jesus or whatever. Like, and it's like, I remember on this TVA in the background, the screen showed like, you had like Thor and other characters and all this kind of stuff. Do we think that this could be a version of like Deadpool like kills everyone type movie? But like Wolverine's in this too,
so
and like I don't know where this is going, man. But yeah,
I don't know. It could just be like a greatest hits sort of thing where they are literally going through different Marvel movies and we're seeing those different moments because there's the shot where he's in the snow and the vehicle's kind of behind him. That's Age of Ultron, I'm pretty sure. Some people speculate that was Logan, but I'm pretty sure that was Age of Ultron. And I think it might be a hint of Marvel or
I can go back and
Deadpool
watch this trailer.
kills. Yeah, check it out. There's a lot of cool little mini things in there. Like there's a Deadpool shooting like a SMG gun thing, and the only Deadpool that really does that's Lady Deadpool, which was rumored a while ago that Blake Lively is going to be Lady Deadpool. So that could be cool. So you could see different Deadpools. It was rumored that the guy who plays Harry Potter, I forgot his name, Daniel something. That he was
Daniel
going
Radcliffe, yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe was going to be Wolverine in one of the variant timelines. So I feel like they might just it might be a buddy cop movie, which is kind of what was pitched to a lot of people, that this is Wolverine and Deadpool in a buddy cop situation where they're going through different timelines together, and maybe just making sure that the timeline branch doesn't go insane or something, and maybe this is the introduction to the mutants. So we'll see. There's a lot of little cool things in there. Like he salutes Captain America, Lady Deadpool with the guns. It's like a lot of little hints in there. And there's way too many people on Twitter saying like, "How are all these people alive?" Which just they did not watch the end of Deadpool 2, or maybe just a lot of people just forgot the ending of Deadpool 2 when he goes back in time with Cable's machine and
Yeah.
just saves all his friends. I think a lot of people forget that part, but super cool.
It almost seems like, because I'm like going back and watching this, like there's a scene where they have like a bunch of like old military equipment and stuff in the background. Like there's like Captain America like side like motorbike with a sidecar, and there's like an APC that looks like it's from like the 70s and stuff. And then there's like in the farther back you see like the helicarrier like wing like propeller section. So it almost seems like, and then there's like this smoke monster that grabs one of the TVA guys, it looks like. So I'm wondering if they're on that planet that when you get zapped with the pole and you like they teleport to like another planet or whatever, and there's like that giant smoke monster
Yeah.
that like eats shit. I'm kind of wondering if they're like there or something.
What if they're on a movie set?
Could
I
be.
mean-
I mean, they have the 20th Century Fox logo. I don't know how they're going to introduce that. Like maybe they're literally killing the Fox universe in this movie. They're like, we are starting a whole new universe, and that is their way.
Well, that's what I was
like,
saying. Like with all the shit getting sucked into that one planet, like maybe that's why you see a bunch of random shit. It's just because it all got moved to that one planet where that smoke monster lives.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe that 20th Century Fox thing is there because the TVA already put it there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's possible. Like erasing that timeline, right?
Yeah,
So that way they can
bringing the
start
mutants in there.
a new one, and then maybe like he has to try and kill Wolverine as well, and it's like a hard chat. It's a task, or like prune
I think
him.
like maybe like I think it seems like to me like because there's a dude with like a metal mask, and he has like a machine gun or something. I'm wondering if like he's hunting TVA agents down, so the TVA recruits Deadpool to take out this guy, but then Deadpool thinks it's Wolverine that's killing all the people. So then Deadpool like tries to kill Wolverine because he thinks it's Wolverine, but then they're like, "Oh, it's not you killing all the TVA agents; it's this dude." So then they team up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe another Wolverine is out there hunting people.
It is Deadpool's always been a breaking the fourth wall type character, right? So, it makes sense to do a movie like this where you have those elements in it. But it's going to be interesting to see how they pull it off, like going forward, because there's other movies coming out in the works that we know about, but like could this be setting the stage for how they introduce mutants in the future, like because of what they're doing in this movie? Like,
Yeah, I think this movie is very important.
Well, I mean, they've
for a
already
lot,
introduced mutants, but they really haven't told you
but
power.
not
yeah,
like
but
officially.
in order to have the X-Men though, and have the whole like branching X-Men storyline starting kind of from the start, like with everything else that's been going on and with some of the other characters, like they even had like the Beast and stuff from like it at the end of the Marvels, right? So like all these different things, like I would prefer like a full arcing branching X-Men storyline starting from the beginning, right? But where they're at here, it makes it really difficult to do that in this universe. But I think they want to combine the universes because it's obviously better for the MCU with like, the big like collab movies where you have teams all coming together
Yeah,
and all that
and
kind
they're
of
gonna
shit,
do that
right?
anyway with Secret Wars or whatever when they all
Right.
fight each other.
So like,
There was a Secret Wars comic on the floor. Just
was
saying.
there? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right next to him laying down.
for me, I'm wondering if like whatever's going on with the TVA and here and all that kind of stuff is potentially going to set the ability for them to go back to the roots and the core of starting the X-Men universe.
I
And
think
then the
this
next
is the
phase
movie
is the
that
mutant.
doesn't.
I mean, the next saga is the mutant saga, right? So we have what like the rest of this phase and one more phase before we get to there, right? So I think they're gonna start to introduce more of that stuff as we get closer to that. And it'll be a while before we ever see another Deadpool movie if we ever see one again, right? So like this could be like something that they do here and then just kind of leave it alone until the start of the mutant saga, potentially. Just
Yeah.
a thought. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. I think this is the movie that sets up the mutants. It basically starts the MCU version of the mutants. So this is this could be the
I
send
wouldn't say
off
that,
of Hugh
but
Jackman. I feel like it could be. This is the only, not the only opportunity, but if they wanted a new Wolverine, this is how you would do it. You basically show a different timeline. This is the last Hugh Jackman, whatever. You have different Wolverines, etc., etc. You cast who you actually want to be playing Wolverine for the next 10, 20 years, because I don't know how long they're going to have Hugh Jackman play it. I don't know. If you wanted to do it, then time travel is the best way to start up your mutant saga. And it's not through the Fox universe, which is probably why they're showing the 20th Century Fox thing. Like, we are purging the 20th Century Fox storylines. It's a mess anyways. MCU's kind of like taking control of that.
I don't necessarily know if I'm like when I said they purged, like, because that's why the logo. I'm not saying they purged the timeline, because I think that timeline is still gonna have to kind of get interwoven with the MCU in a way. I just think that maybe like when they were fighting the TVA, like maybe they hit the 20th Century Fox sign and it got disintegrated to the something like that.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
So
Because
what
that's
There's so
what
many different ways it could
because
go
the
with it.
Beast in Spectrum or whatever, Monica Rambeau is in the Fox universe, and they have
Yeah,
to figure out how to get her back.
back to the main
Yeah.
Earth, whatever it's called.
right. So whatever the motivation is, it seems like it would be pretty damn important to Deadpool, right? Because in the trailer, like he's living his best life. Like he's got all his friends and family. He has hair, he has a toupee, he's like got his girl. Everything's good, right? He's living a best life. To pull him away from that must be something pretty damn serious, right? Like they need him for something serious in order to leave from there. Something he
I
would
thought maybe
obviously
they
care about,
kidnapped
right?
him because he messed with the timeline, so the TVA got involved. Like, I thought that's why they initially captured him.
Well, but when
Uh,
he's there, he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in on this" or whatever. You know what I mean? It
right,
kind of
and
like
then
it showed him like getting excited about whatever they have him do.
yeah,
You know, or maybe they just take him, and then they're like, "Hey, we want you to kill a bunch of like awesome like superheroes or something," and like he's like, "Fuck, that sounds like fun." I don't know. It's Deadpool, but
yeah, he could literally go either way with
yeah,
Deadpool. He could be like, no, I don't want to do this, or be like, I'm in.
I saw mostly good feedback like from people when they saw this trailer. Like, I think people are really excited. This could be like a good turning point again. You think for the MCU
The
because they've
most
been a little
watched.
down?
It's the most watched MCU trailer. It passed No Way Home.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
which is surprising. Most watched in like 24 hours or whatever. So, yeah, people are hyped for this movie for sure. I'm sure the Super Bowl helped, but
Yeah.
people are definitely hyped for it.
Yeah, it was the most watched Super Bowl ever too. Like by far.
Yeah.
Last
I
year's
didn't watch it.
yeah, that's fine. Uh the, like I think it's like 139 million people or something watched the Super Bowl this year. It's
Alvin said the most
pretty
watched
crazy.
trailer, period. So I was thinking it was the most watched of the MCU, but I didn't know it was the most watched like on YouTube.
Yeah,
That would
I
be
mean that'll
crazy.
probably be the biggest draw this year for those kind of movies. I can't think of anything else that's scheduled to come out this year that's going to have that kind of fucking like hype around it.
Yeah.
There was another cool trailer that I got excited about personally. Twisters.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Literally, the first 5
There.
seconds in that trailer annoyed the shit out of me because they did the exact thing you're not supposed to do in a tornado, and that's go under an overpass.
When we were
Yeah,
kids, though,
surprising.
Jasper, they
No,
told
like
us
that was a saying, but like
they
now
told
it's
us
like
to
you
do it.
don't do
Yeah.
that.
Um, the like I don't know if y'all remember this movie, but it had
No, I do.
Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt back in the day. Twister, right? It's not like the most highly rated movie ever or whatever, but it is a classic, right? To a lot of
Yeah.
people, it's a
I
fucking
watched it a lot when I was a kid, so I was like, "Oh wow, they're
classic movie.
rebooting or remaking whatever Twister."
So
I was like,
and it's weird because it's not really like a remake.
It's
It's like
almost more of a remake though.
it's kind of like a spiritual like remake, but like it's different too because the characters aren't the same. You know, the
That's
different
what I'm saying
characters.
is because like they're using like the Dorothy thing or whatever, where they like shoot up the
Yeah.
little metallic things, but then they also like got newer technology with like the fucking
So I
drones that
think
are.
it's a sequel.
I think it's just a remake.
I think it's a sequel.
Does
But
I don't
like
know. I when I first saw it, I was like, "This looks like a remake," but
yeah, because it has elements from the first one, but like I think I think it's like a sequel set in more modern times.
But then
And
why are they just like doing shots that they've already done before? Like you could see like how they were taking like story elements from the old movie and just like updating it to this. Like when they all like in the old movie
right.
where they all go hide in like the underground like garage part or whatever, like the where they like change oil or whatever in like that garage building. This they like
oh,
go hide in another building, kind of similar to that, but it's different. Like
I looked it up.
it's
It's a sequel.
See, I told you, motherfucker. It's a sequel.
and they have the flying
Wow.
cow again. It's like they're just redoing stuff
They're
they've already.
paying
How is this?
because it's been so long. I think they're paying homage to the original with shots as
Yeah.
well, right? But like, I think it's like set several years later, right? Like modern times now, like 30 years later, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're whatever they did in the past had implications. Maybe it's a relative. Maybe it's his kid. You know, like who knows, right? Maybe the Glenn Powell character is their kid or something. I don't know. But anyway, I saw that trailer. I was like, "Fuck yes!" I had no idea they were doing that because I love that movie, man. I really do, and like I got vibes in this trailer of the original movie, like
Yeah,
so,
because it's basically the same movie again.
and I'm okay with that. Like brought it to this in this day and age now, like hell yeah.
I never thought they would remake this movie. I mean, I see. I'm looking it up, and it says like that Steven Spielberg's company was involved and how well the first one was received. It got like two. It was up for 2 Oscars for visual effects and sound. Got like almost 500 million worldwide back in 1996. This is interesting. Um. So yeah, I mean, wow, that really does surprise me that it's a sequel. Like I for some
Yeah.
reason, I did not see that.
Is it
But-
called? Is this one called Twister or Twisters?
Twisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's gonna be lots of twisters in this one, I think.
this
Well, yeah, I
already
think
know
there's a shot where they showed like a double. Like
yeah,
a
and he
twin
was like,
sister.
"It's twins." Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that. We
There's
also
2 this time.
so that was exciting to see. We also saw a new
Planet
was
of
the
the Apes.
Kingdom of the Apes trailer that looked really good too.
Let's
So
see.
pumped for that.
I love all those movies.
Yeah, that's kind of like an underrated film franchise out there. Like if you actually watch those movies are
Third,
each of them
the
are pretty
the
damn
third
good.
newest one was a little, but
See, I like that one maybe even the most.
the first one was the best of the new ones.
The first one, but there was like
Yeah.
no action in the first one.
Yeah, but
Caesar
you
is home. That one.
still got like the, I don't know, just it was better.
So that
Yeah,
was
I
the
like
one
all.
where they taught him how to talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a good movie.
he talks at the very end. That shook me to my core when he actually said words
Like,
at the very
yeah,
end. Caesar is home.
The thing that I'm liking about this new one is or the fourth one coming out is it's kind of like going back to the original Planet of the Apes movie, like back in the day, and I
Yeah.
really like that movie. So
yeah, I want to see like that movie remade in this style in this franchise later. You know what I mean? Like they've caught up to it completely.
you see some astronauts land on the planet.
But well, because like from what I remember, those movies, like, I mean, the
They just
apes,
hinted at that stuff.
we're at different timelines right now, right? Like, this is like Kingdom of the Apes. It's like seems like the apes are to the point of like the Dark Ages,
Civilization, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think in Planet of the Apes, if I remember right, they were more of like they had cities and like just live like
Yeah,
people
they had
do
statues
today.
of Caesar and
That
stuff
that
like
was
that.
the first one. I don't think they did. They were still like kind of in huts and like maybe
I can't
like
remember. I just
sandstone.
remember
Talking
they,
about
they
the
lived
remake?
There was like 5 of those fucking movies at the
Yeah.
end of, but like the first one's the only one that matters because the other ones kind of were all shit. But
right.
You're not talking
they
about
brought the.
I know
They
that
brought
one of them, like the girl ape, had lived in an apartment in the city.
Yeah, they like brought the apes
Whatever.
back to Earth, and it was like President Lincoln was an ape or whatever, like the statue.
Yeah,
but
that was
then
the Tim Burton one.
Yeah, and then they like somehow got back to human Earth at one point. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he left the planet. I'm trying to remember that movie. It's been so
Well,
long.
the Tim
He, like,
Burton
left
one,
that planet.
like, is just its own thing. That's the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I'm not even
Yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about
that
one.
one doesn't exist. Like, fuck that movie.
Okay. Well, then that was the only one. I never grew up watching the other ones. I mostly just watched that one because I know there was like ones before that was like, I guess, black and white.
No, it was in
ones
color.
before that. Or,
Yeah,
or
there
was it? Okay. Well, I don't remember.
Had
Those.
Charlton Heston was in the first one.
It was like people in like monkey suits or whatever. So it was.
Yeah.
It's not like how the movie is now, where you actually see like CGI apes and stuff.
Yeah. Friggin'
I mean, the Mark Wahlberg one was okay and stuff. It just was like an action movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't have like this grand storyline. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to see that if they catch this up to the originals and then you recreate the original movies like from that perspective again. That would be amazing to me, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I feel
like
like that's what
they're kind of doing that though with like how like in the old movies where like the astronaut lands and he sees like the girl in like the field or whatever and they're running away. Like they showed that in this new trailer a little bit.
Yeah.
The girl running away through the field. So like they're kind of paying homage to that, but
Yeah. We also saw a trailer for Wicked.
I didn't watch that.
It has
saw
Ariana Grande and God, I can't think of the other lady's name in it, but she's does a lot of musical movies and stuff too, and like she's really, really good.
I've
That's-
never seen the musical, but
yeah, me neither. I'm sure it's gonna
Yeah.
be. It looks good. Like I think there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be excited for that movie. So, it's one I'll be. Maybe we'll go see that. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm gonna see
It's basically a
Twisters.
prequel to Wizard of Oz. So
Yeah, I'm gonna see Whisters. Sorry, Whisters.
Whisters.
I'm gonna see Whisters. I'm gonna see Twisters for sure.
Worcestershire sauce.
I do want to see the Planet of the Apes movie. And then Wicked, maybe. Like it depends on if my daughter's interested in seeing that, which she probably will be because Ariana Grande's in it. So
I think Dune 2 comes out next month or something.
yeah,
doesn't
I'm
it?
getting tickets pretty soon. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
March 1st, something.
so
Pretty soon.
so pumped, dude. Like that the first Dune, like or not the first, but like this last one.
Yeah.
It is one of the best movies I've seen in like a long, long time. So
Do you guys recommend to watch it in IMAX or Dolby or
I don't
what?
give a fuck.
I
Just go watch the
don't
movie.
care.
You don't care? Really?
No, I
You guys
like
not a snob about that?
no.
I don't have an
What?
IMAX theater near me, so like
Did-
I've seen one
Wow.
IMAX thing like ever, and it was like for a school field trip. We had to drive like fucking hour and a half and watch some like
Like
Planet Earth shit.
I care about it with only certain movies. Like if I'm seeing a Christopher Nolan film or whatever, I want to see it like as best as he pretty much intended. Like same thing with Dune.
Yeah, but like
I just
for
feel like it's one of those movies.
let's be honest here, okay? It's really brutally
Yep.
honest, okay?
I'm here. Mm-hmm.
The last movie Christopher Nolan made, right? Oppenheimer. Yeah. So much hype about watching that thing on IMAX, right? You got to watch this on IMAX.
I watched
Got to
it on
watch it on
Dolby.
IMAX.
I went to
99%
get
of the
it now.
movies just people fucking talking and walking around and talking. Like, why the fuck do I need to see that in IMAX? Like,
I watched it on Twitter.
there was like hardly
No.
any fucking action. Like the one scene, yeah, oh, that's cool. But even that, they cut away so damn much, you can't really see much of it anyway. And I'm like, okay, why would I fucking care? Now I understand just people really love all that shit and everything. Hey, kudos to you. But that was not the movie to be hyping up that fucking like
so that scene, the
special screen
nuke
for.
scene or whatever, that fucking nuke was ass, bro. It wasn't even like a nuke mushroom cloud. It was just like a generic explosion mushroom
It
cloud.
was
Like
so
fuck that.
fucking weak. Like it's just
You guys
bright.
are not gonna be dissing Christopher Nolan in my
Hey,
presence.
no, Christopher Nolan's great, but like hyping that screen that everybody has to go like travel the fucking like 100 miles to go to the fucking super rare theaters to see this shit on a large square screen. First off, it's fucking weird. I like don't even care. Second off, like it wasn't worth it for that movie for me. Like I watched it at home like, hey, cool. Like would I have cared to go out of my way to make sure I saw it? Like no.
To
Not
me,
whatsoever.
I've noticed that
So I can watch
sound is
politicians
more-
argue in a fucking Congress. Yeah, well, I need to see that in IMAX.
to me, like sound has been more important. So when I seen it in Dolby, for example, like I felt the boom, like that was much cooler than like because I could see on a big screen, whatever. But Dolby, when I could like feel and have like a real you could hear everything in the soundtrack and stuff like that. I usually go for Dolby, but wow, dang, I didn't know you guys
hear me out.
You guys didn't
okay?
care.
Hear me
That's
out.
crazy to me.
No, like I know the theaters around me, okay? And some of them have better screens and better sound, right? And like I'll go when it's on the bigger screen in the theater that I like with the sound if it's a movie like a Marvel movie or something that I really care about, right? There's lots of action and impact and drama, like it's like something I really like. Yes, I gotta fucking. But I'm not gonna go out of my way for that for a biopic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's cool and all. But like, hey, if it was fucking Avengers Endgame and they shot it in some special format that's only like, hey, you know what? I may be there for that, right?
What about James Cameron? Like Avatar.
It depends. Like Avatar, no.
You just said like he's the one person that takes advantage of that stuff. So the one person that takes advantage of it, you're still like
James Cameron does like okay, so he really kind of brought back 3D, right? With the first Avatar, right? I saw that shit in 3D.
3D fucking sucks ass, especially for me because I had to wear 2 fucking glasses.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it's like, yeah, but like sometimes it makes the rest of the movie fucking blurry. And like it doesn't really make me super. I would rather see this shit crystal clear.
What they should do for 3D glass for if you're watching a movie with 3D glasses, since it dims the lighting, they should up the lighting on the screen to basically compensate. I feel like when you put the glasses on, everything becomes darker, which means
I'm just saying, if I'm sitting my ass in a theater, right? Here's something else I prefer. I don't want another motherfucker in that entire theater, bro. Because I go to a theater when it's like a big event or whatever, and everybody's super pumped like right away, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. But you know what? People are talking the whole motherfucking
And they
time.
cheer
You hear,
random shit. Like, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to watch a movie.
you hear kids coughing constantly. You know, you got like you had people pissing next to you in the middle of the theater. Like I like to
that
go.
was
I like to go like the day or the day after it comes out, right? During the day, like when everybody's at work or at school or whatever, and I go there, get a ticket, like one of the first showings, and I sit my ass there, and maybe two other motherfuckers in the theater, and I get there and this huge fucking screen to myself and the audio, and it's just everything is great, and I don't got to worry about any distractions. That's how I like to see a movie.
well.
That's how I do it.
It's interesting. Yeah, I guess like when like for example Prince Green, he said Infinity War was worth the IMAX ticket when Thanos threw that moon on Iron Man. The sound effects was epic. It's like certain things in a theater where I remember the sound just being so vivid. Like for example, in Oppenheimer, and I think Christopher Nolan said he did this intentionally. The bomb wasn't even that loud. It was the applause that was super loud, and that was crazy in the theater. Like the when they were basically like cheering, that was louder than the bomb. And hearing that in the theater because I seen it in Dolby, that was crazy. I like felt the crowd kind of like stomping,
Yeah.
whatever.
But most theaters like have like Dolby and shit now. You know what I mean? Like Dolby Vision and all that. Like yeah. So like
Yep.
you don't have to see IMAX to get that, right?
No, I care more about the sound than I do a big screen.
So
That's just me though.
Like at our theater, there's like the one down the street. There's they got like so many different fucking versions of movies now. You know, like you see it in 4XD or you see it in 3D or you see it in
That was a mistake seeing a movie in
XD
4D.
or whatever.
And I didn't really knew what that meant. Yeah.
I
that
just
was a
like to
mistake.
see it in like the good theater that has the bells and whistles without my seat moving and shit. You know what I mean? And like, on a good screen with good sound. And I'm happy that way.
Yeah, that Batman movie, since half the movie is raining, you're like kind of damp by the end of the movie because they constantly spray you with water. And he's constantly punching people, so whenever he punches people, your seat goes like, "Whoa,"
Yeah.
and it's just like annoying. But I didn't know that's what that was. Like, I didn't think it would be like a theme park ride where I'm just like this half the movie, you can't even watch the screen.
Yeah, like
You're just like, whoa. Yeah, I didn't know it was like that.
I
thought it
saw
was
a
just like,
movie like that too, and
oh,
like
boy.
shit sprayed out in front of me. Like I'm like, what the
Yeah.
like out of nowhere, and it made this loud noise too. It was like,
Yeah, it's like,
and I'm like, that's distracting, and I can't fucking see the screen now. It's all foggy in here. How long is this gonna last for? You know, and it's like just jerks you back for no damn reason because
Yeah.
something moved on the screen. I'm like, okay, like this is fucking stupid as shit. I'm trying to watch a fucking movie here, man. Like I don't want
Yeah.
shit spraying on me and fucking like noises
they'll
going
just be
off.
walking,
It's
and then
like
your seat is just like,
4XD, give me my fucking money back, bro. Like this isn't Universal fucking Studios. Like what's going on? Like,
keep coming,
doesn't
freaking guy.
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I had no idea. When I went to go see the Batman in 4D, I had no idea that's what that was. I was like, maybe there'll be some rain or some small things, but I didn't think my seat would be like I'm on a roller coaster. But now I know.
Yeah.
It might be fun to see that like King Kong or something in 4D. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Your seat is like a roller coaster. Might do that.
You want to feel like a fucking giant ape's rocking you around or something for a bit?
Like he's carrying.
When he like grabs like the blonde chick, your chair just fucking shakes like crazy.
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's certain movies that might be fun, like Fast and Furious or something. That might be kind of fun. Yeah,
Kate said
I
my
don't know.
chair's even more crooked now after that. Yeah, I think it is.
Word, the FunPop 4D experience.
You go see like 50 Shades of Grey and you get like squirted on.
You get the vibrating seat.
Like, oh, didn't know I paid for this. There's that new romantic movie that just came out that my fiance really wants to see. It has the girl from Madam Web, the
Dakota
girl on there.
Johnson
No, the other one. She's
is
blonde.
Isabella Merced. No,
Let me see. People in there, help me out, FunPop chat. You guys know who I'm talking about? She's on Euphoria, I think.
Sydney Sweeney.
Kate got it. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. She's in that romantic movie, Anyone But You. My fiance really wants to see. Imagine they had a 40 for that. That'd be interesting.
so what would the 4D experience be for that 3-bit?
I don't know.
The tissues come out of the side, all of a sudden fly at your face when you start crying. Like
maybe they have like this stick kiss thing that like pops up in front of.
Yeah, let's
Just
fucking
see
just
it.
put our mouths on shit that everyone else has.
little.
What'd you do for romantic movies? I don't know.
I don't know, man. It would be
Could go
weird.
either way. It'd be weird, yeah. But
Yeah, maybe you should pitch that next meeting you have over with your commercial buddies and stuff. Can we make a romantic movie?
romantic 4D experience.
When her heart gets broken in a movie or whatever, you get like a fucking shocking chair or something.
Get like an EMP blast. You gotta have like the rain definitely more up than what they had it for Batman. Like it was a lot of misty
Get
rain,
some like
but
wind blowing on you.
yeah. you like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. You're like, you promised and you broke the promise, and then you're like, I'm sorry, take me back. No. It's like the real experience, you know. I watched a lot of rom-coms. That's how it usually goes.
Sounds horrible. Anyway, everybody, not a lot else to talk about right now. I mean, we got a lot of movies to look forward to now. Super Bowl was fun to watch, meme heavy, which was a blast. And overall, Marvel's okay. Halo season 2, for 2 of us at least, we're really into it right now. And then Deadpool but Deadpool and Wolverine looks fucking like it's gonna be the real deal, and I'm hyped, and I know you guys are too. But let's get everybody out of here. We'll have another show next week, and then probably one more FunPop after that, because that'll be the 27th. Jasper.
What about the 20th?
Yeah, we'll have the 20th and then the 27th. So then we'll probably be on hiatus for FunPop, and then kind of do one whenever there's something worth talking about, right? But it's been real, guys. But 3-bit, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you, sir?
Everyone can find me on Twitter at i3bits. I'm on this show. I'm on FSP. And then Pixelated Echoes, the first episode with me and Steel, that is this Sunday on the 18th. It's not going to be necessarily a one-on-one show. We might have one-on-one shows like every now and then, but we're going to be interviewing people here and there and throughout the community. But this show is just me and him to kick the show off, and it should be a fun time. So just look out for that. We're going to be setting it all up, and it should be cool. But appreciate everybody dropping in the chat. Everyone say their goodbyes to Jasper. Send him your love these next few weeks. It's been awesome having him here. It was 70 episodes, so it's been a crazy ride. Having him on these shows and stuff. So send him.
I don't think I wasn't here from the start though.
No, you wasn't. You joined like episode 10, but you've been in more episodes than me. So, so yeah. Love y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Right on, 3-bit. Jasper, what about you, sir?
Yo, check it out. You got two and a half, 3 weeks left of me. Lord Jasper on Twitter, Lord Master Jasper on YouTube. Yeah, that's about it. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, right here on Fun Speculation Network for those remaining weeks, and that's where I'm at. 10 o'clock right here.
Right on, man. As far as other stuff on the channel, guys, Thursday, we're gonna have we're gonna have a reaction stream thing to the official Xbox podcast where we're expecting news from Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond regarding the direction or future of Xbox or whatever they have to say there. It's going to be interesting. Don't really know what to expect, except maybe Tom Warren gave us some insights there, but like overall, what else are they going to say? I mean, they got to have some good stuff, and then maybe some people in the community may not like as well.
I think a lot of people are just expecting this bad things, but
yeah, I think there's going to be some great stuff there. There's maybe some things that some people don't like, but we're going to react and cover it and talk about it here on the channel. And then that same day, PM in the PM, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Pong Soul and I going live. Boom may be able to join us for that show as well. So gonna reach out to him again and see if he can confirm that. So I don't know 100% right now, but we're gonna be reacting, talking about whatever it is we learned from that. And then there's possible other news, because there's heavy rumors on Nintendo Direct on Thursday as well. So Thursday is going to be interesting. We're going to cover a lot of stuff on Thursday. So come hang out with us and watch all that. And then Friday night, Xbox Ultimate Podcast, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk about it again. Everybody, you rock. Thank you so much for being here. And appreciate each and every one of you. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.